Jam on toast!
Hey everybody, I'm Cameron, and we're here today to talk about Continuum, the TV show, not the PC game from the 90s. That's going to be one of these. I have a severe issue with reviewing a TV show versus a movie, which is normally a one-time sit, but a TV show you're supposed to watch over a period of days or whatnot, or week by week, and shotgunning an entire series into a couple days is not a good idea, and I don't recommend it. However, over the past week I did manage to get through the whole first season of Continuum, and I gotta say, it was worth it. The short sale of this is really that a protector, a future cop, ends up coming back in time 60 years with a group of prisoners who are planning an escape. Now, with the help of local law enforcement and a cyber genius named Alec, she has managed to take on and track down these guys and try to stop them before they take on their terrorist plots. The result, if she fails, being, of course, that her future may not even exist and possibly not her. I love it's got to be some of the technology she comes back with. She's got a built-in HUD heads-up display into her eyeballs. It's awesome thought process technology. Want it? I hate it's got to be, and it's a spoiler, is that at the house incident, the wrong guy gets shot. That's people not doing their job and not paying attention to the situation. The one time that the local PD doesn't try non-lethal force, it's the wrong person. And granted, that's the catch-22 of being a police officer, but I realize it's a show, I just want my sandwich to order. Let's move on to the categories. Keep in mind, too, this is very broad throughout the whole season, but we're going to look at them one by one, try to see where we land. Aesthetics. Wow. They got someone else's budget for this show in addition to their own. It's the only way I can compensate for it, because they're just doing so many fantastical things. They're doing cool technology tricks, doing a lot of CGI work that I wouldn't have expected from a TV show, especially one I'd never heard of. They did a great job of making this look good. They did a great job with the effects. They made everything look real and believable. And of course they got a sexy lady to be the protagonist. Aesthetics earned its 92. Character development. Well, I gotta admit, it started out a little rough. You don't know who these people are, why they're doing what. It's a very strange world that they start in, and you don't really understand it until about halfway through the season, what the future actually is and why it would be a bad thing, and the odd juxtaposition that our protagonist, that is very likable and deserving of that, actually seems to be working for the bad guys, where the antagonists seem to be doing the greater good of the people, but they're running around murdering people and blowing crap up. It definitely gets your wheels turning about what your morality standard is, and I like that little bit of interactivity. Character development gets an 88. Storyline. The storyline is interlocked heavily with character development, because that is really where most of the character development comes from. We learn from these characters who they are by what they're doing, not necessarily how they react to what's happening, but what their active pursuits are. So we're almost learning directly from the storyline, and there's very little, hey, we're going to do this, to tell you a little bit about the character. While fortunately they do some very nice things with Kira in the downtime that she has, you really feel like you get to know her a little bit better and like her a little bit more, which is important for you to get through the first season, because if you don't like her, then you're not going to enjoy the show. It's really just how it is. Storyline gets an 88. Compulsion. I wanted to see what was happening every single episode. I was so excited that first episode because I thought that it was a movie and that like we were going to get this all wrapped up nice and neat in like a couple hours. No, I was blessed with a whole season of a TV show, and I was very, very happy for it. I was definitely not bored. I was definitely egged on, and I definitely feel like while I don't agree with everything that was there and why they did some things, I'm happy that the show happened, and I'm happy to enjoy it. Compulsion gets an 88. If we total all that up, we get an average of 89. And while that isn't put in the must-see category, it definitely is something everyone should check out. It is a top-tier show. I can't wait for season 2, and I'm not going to be able to watch that episode by episode if I figure out what network it's on. That's one I'm going to have to wait and get the whole thing and just watch it continuously until it's over. I don't need to have it all at once. I just need to have it by the time I'm ready to watch the next episode. So maybe that will be a thing where they release whole seasons at once. For my wrap-up review, just wow. The show blew me away. I can't believe that I didn't know this existed. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you may actually have some issues with it, but that may be the exact reason you do like the show. Everybody's particular about their time travel. Of course, there is always the two schools of thought. You can rewrite history and there are an infinite number of timelines, or the fatalist approach, which is that everything's already happened. Anything that you will do has already been done. And that one's a little more confusing, where the other one makes more sense to a lot of people because you don't have to think as much. And people do like their thought that they're all free-willed, where a lot of people who are fatalists just be like, look, the universe started all predetermined. And of course, I'm on this side of the fence, whereas I have very good friends that are on this side of the fence, and we like to argue about that sometimes. That aside, I had no idea going into this, and I was pleasantly surprised. I wish I could really get that kind of appreciation for a show more often. I really do. And I don't know how to get that without just blindly clicking on things without knowing what they are, because 9 times out of 10, you're disappointed. And then you hit that one where you're just like, oh my god, I want more now. Ow! It's really kind of an across-the-board thing. It looks good, it has technology, it's got a bit of time travel. The lead character is a strong, independent woman who is played by an actress who I think is sexy, and she's allowed to be sexy without them sexualizing her, which is the key difference. There's plenty of action, mystery, their whole detective work to figure out where the terrorists are and how to get them, and the different plots on the terrorist side as well on how to make things happen. It's all very intriguing. Everyone should be able to find something and relate to it in this. You should be able to like the characters enough to get through the first season, even though I do find it very important that you like the main character as she goes through, because she doesn't always make the best decisions based on her motivations. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'd be really interested what our friends over at Friendless Frequency would think of this one. But based on the death threat she gets, I don't think she's going to be answering me back anytime soon. It's just the way the world is. That's all I got for you. I'm Cameron. Have a nice day.